Stots is 14-1. Big John 7 years the elder of his opponent Keith Lee.
Yeah, that 7-3 record. Keith Lee was 3-3 before going to Extreme Couture, undefeated since being there.
Let's see if it stays that way. To get things officially underway, here is the voice, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Mohegan Sun Arena. Tonight, live on CBS Sports Network, Bellator MMA gets underway with bantamweight set for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner. At 5'9", weighing in 136 pounds even, his professional record, 7 wins, 3 losses, from Detroit, Michigan. He fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, killer Keith Lee. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 5'7", weighing in 135.2 pounds as a professional, 14 victories, only 1 defeat. From Houston, Texas, he fights out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Raufeon Stots. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge, Todd Anderson.
Todd Anderson, our referee for this bantamweight battle, our first fight here tonight, live on CBS Sports Network. Stots.
Ready?
And Lee.
Ready? Fight!
Here we go! Tonight's Fight Clock presented by Geico. Raufeon Stots in the red gloves, Killer Keith Lee in the blue gloves. Stots, the southpaw, Lee will switch his stance. Both men 2-0 inside the Bellator cage.
Fellas, I've been buzzing about this fight all week.
Yep. 4-fight win streak, Josh, for Lee. 6-fight win streak for Stots. As Big John pointed out, that 4-fight win streak since the move to Extreme Couture.
It'll be interesting to see if Raufeon Stots is able to do exactly what he's doing right now as far as controlling the distance and making Lee actually react to what he's doing. That'll be a problem. But there you go with Keith Lee. That's what he needs to do. He needs to set his tempo and make Stots react to what he does.
What Stots is doing right now, it's very next level. Is he's just taking the center of the cage, but he's not overreacting to whatever Keith Lee does.
Raufeon, very good wrestling credentials, actually outstanding D2 national champion. Don't forget, you can join the conversation on all social media platforms at hashtag Bellator253.
Yeah, send us over a tweet so I can read it on air for you. I love it.
That was a nice inside leg kick by Raufeon Stots.
You know what I like, though, what I've seen from Keith Lee so far is he jabbed up top, jabbed to the body, then came back with the head kick earlier in this round. If he mixes it up like that, it's going to keep Stots guessing.
That was a beautiful straight left by Stots. That's exactly what he needs to do. Use those hands, use your strikes to set up your ability to get into the clinch and possibly get the takedown. You take Lee off of his feet, you're taking away one of his biggest weapons as far as his ability to hurt you with his strikes. Nice exit.
And here we go. Josh, go ahead, you read it.
Jake Hager, my man, he heard me talking about it. He gave us a tweet. Excited to watch this one. We've been excited about this fight all week. This has been the buzz. Thanks, Jake, for sending me a tweet. I appreciate it.
I don't think it was just for you. I don't know for sure.
You might be wrong.
Yeah.
John, haters gonna hate.
Just past the midway point, round number 1. Had a little back and forth with head coach Duke Rufus talking about Raufeon Stots, and he said, and I quote, he's very special. That landed though, that head kick did land.
It was more of the knee that landed, which is usually the hardest part of the that lands. It hurts the most.
Came in as a D2 wrestling national champion and started as a beginner in kickboxing and jiu-jitsu classes, much like the Pettis brothers did years before.
You're gonna get all That kick landed with chin all the way across the side is his dome, exactly.
The dome.
Don't grab it, let go.
This is what we talked about all week, though, John, was the heavy hip pressure of Raufeon Stots. Look, both of these guys are not big guys, but the pressure that Raufeon Stots puts, we saw against Caspel. Caspel's a good wrestler, a good jiu-jitsu guy. He had no success whatsoever at getting back to his feet.
This right here is a big problem for Keith Lee, as he cannot be on his butt. Getting back to his knees right now is going to be important. It's going to help him in getting himself out of the trouble area that Raufeon Stots is trying to put him in.
Yeah, he needed to not let Raufeon Stots get between him and the fence, because then that means he's on his back. Keith Lee needs to get 2 hands on one and wrist control so he can take away some of the chances of being submitted with the rear naked.
4 wins by submission for 14-1. Raufeon Stots, Josh, all 4 have come by rear naked choke. 30 seconds on the clock, round number 1.
But you know how he gets those, right? Is that he puts such heavy hip pressure on them, it makes them forget about everything else except for trying to get up, and they expose their neck, and he takes the neck.
Did you know that, or did somebody tweet you that?
Jake Hager.
Very nice job by Keith Lee to remain calm, protect himself. He's hand fighting here. Everything he's done has been very good.
Ready? Fight! Round 2. Stots in the red gloves, Lee in the blue gloves.
There you go.
Round 1, John, you had the big kick from Killer Keith, but you had a lot of control from Raufeon Stots.
You had a nice kick that landed, but it didn't hurt Raufeon Stots, so you give him credit for it landing, but that round goes to Raufeon Stots.
Raufeon's lone loss was a spinning back fist 15 seconds into a fight back in 2017, 3.5 years ago. He got caught. He has won every other fight. And look at this, Josh has got social media just blowing up.
See, I don't like to take all the glory. John, go ahead and read this for us, please.
Well, if you're looking for Raymond, this card is stacked, and he cannot wait to see the main event. And you know what, Raymond? You are not alone. I cannot wait either.
You know why he tweeted? Because I just talked about a spinning back fist.
Oh, that was a nice kick. Raufeon Stots has done a really good job of landing that straight left hand down the pipe. He has set it up, and on the exits, his kicks, he's gone to the body, and it's worked for him so far, Josh.
Yeah, it's working for him. But I still like what Keith Lee's doing. He's mixing it up. He's jabbing to the body, he's jabbing to the head. He's also mixing up the kick. He just tried that little snap kick over the top. Very nice.
One of the things that Keith Lee needs to do, he's got to stop. There you go, getting himself back into that center. He's allowing Raufeon to march him down with his back against the cage. That's not where he needs to be.
He probably heard you. That's why he circled back.
I don't know.
Keith's older brother, the Motown phenom, Kevin, 4 years his elder. We talked to Keith about that relationship, and he said, I'm a polar opposite of Kevin. I've taken what he has done and tried to put my own spin on it. I've learned from his mistakes. I've learned from my own mistakes. It's a great way to look at it.
Keith got the advantage out of that exchange there.
Yeah, that was a nice little shot he landed. Nice right hand to the body by Raufeon Stots.
It was, but I also like how you had just mentioned, Keith Lee circled himself off of the fence and put himself back in the center of the cage.
Very similar to the paths of Anthony and Sergio Pettis. Much different fighters. Sergio looked great earlier in his fight. Obviously, Sanchez guys last week, and we asked Stots about the vibe in Milwaukee at Rufus Sport right now, and he said, yeah, you're feeling it. Josh, when everybody's kind of winning and feeling good at the gym, at AKA back in the day, it's great to go there every day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's buzzing, man. It's buzzing. And the other thing as well, I mean, I don't know how it is at Rufus Sports, but at AKA, it was, we couldn't get the media out of our gym. I mean, there was one fight after another, and the lights were always shining, and everyone was just vibing off of it. You had so many people that were in there. I mean, there was not enough room sometimes. We had to kick people out into another room because there were so many people there.
2 minutes here, Keith. Good pressure.
Good work.
This is such a tactical fight. The two of them are exchanging good blows. It's one for the other. No one's really leaving themselves out of position. Nice straight down the middle right there by Keith Lee with the right hand on Stots.
Following our main event, join the Inside College Football crew as they keep you updated on everything happening around the nation and deliver the top headlines of the day. All right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. 90 seconds remaining here in round number 2.
Raufeon is right now, he's starting to keep Keith Lee's back against the cage. You see Lee trying to make moments to get himself out. Raufeon is loading up on that big right hook, though.
Kick after those exchanges when he backs
Keith
out.
just had a nice exchange with his back to the fence as well, though. He landed a couple good shots. Look, I learned my lesson last time Keith Lee fought, not to say a lot of bad things. It's just, Keith let me hear about it in the fighter meetings. But he's doing. I feel like he's doing well. He's one step behind a couple times. But otherwise, he's fighting a good fight.
He's fighting a smart fight.
Yes.
You can tell he's thinking, and he understands where he's at and what he needs to do.
Beautiful.
You heard him. You heard him. You heard him. You heard him.
You hear the corner saying you heard him, and you definitely saw that knee land to the body of Stots.
Good. Bicep control there. No knees there. Knees right there, Rof. You gotta stay mobile down there. Let's frame it. Good elbow.
Nice elbow.
Again, touch that ear if he goes there. You circle the back, shove and strike.
Keith needs to keep that wrist control on that right arm there, that left arm.
Oh, that was nice by Stots. Beautiful job of sneaking that hand behind, pulling the feet out.
But how that got taken was he was able to lock his hands around the single and lift and scoop and put him down to the ground.
Crab ride, yep. There it is. Now back over the top. One's gotta be over the top.
Ready? Stots and Lee. Big John, you gave round 1 to Stots. How about round 2?
Round 2, I have Stots. He was the one that barely got it, but he got it. He just did a little bit better in the work. But Keith Lee is right there, and all he needs to do is exactly what his corner told him. There are certain things that Stots is leaving open. Visualize it in your head, and then execute it.
Eric Nixick and his big brother, the Motown phenom Kevin Lee, in the corner of Keith Lee for this fight.
In that position, though, that he just threw, he threw the jab in the right hand, a little bit of a right hook. He's got to follow up with that head kick like the corner was telling him in between rounds.
11th pro fight for Keith Lee. Never been stopped. In fact, he said never been close to being stopped.
That was a big right hook by Stots and a beautiful left hook return by Keith Lee.
I like that. That inside leg kick just hurt Keith Lee a little bit.
Yep, and he just took another shot on the chin, but he's fighting back.
Oh, nice knee.
He had success with those knees against Sean Bunch. Raufeon, he's not dumping his head as much as Bunch was doing in those exchanges.
Keep the left hip to the cage. Keep that pressure. Keep the left hip to the cage.
Stots looks like he's trying to set up that
Your right hand involved.
Japanese necktie or
And not
working
yet.
in that Darce area.
Close. He's thinking about it, but it's not. He doesn't have the angle for it.
Heavy hips. Heavy hips.
Rafael Lovato Jr., as we talked about last week when Emmanuel Sanchez fought in the quarterfinals, handling the Jiu-Jitsu at Rufus Sport now.
Hop over.
Our former middleweight champ.
A little bit of a mistake there.
That was a big mistake. Not a little bit. It was a big mistake that Raufeon made. He allowed Lee to get his knee out. He thought he was going to attack the neck, and then it wasn't there for him.
Sometimes chasing the submission too long will put you in this position here, and that's not a position you want to be in.
Nice elevator.
Keep passing. Elevate your butt. A-frame your butt high. Underhook on that side.
Keith Lee just needs to keep fighting the hand and get the neck free. Now pop his head out. Now get busy. Get to work.
Angles. Shove that head. Good. Yep.
Stay right there. There you go. Use the fence. Let's climb.
Yep. Hit that elbow in the armpit for that switch right there.
You see, right there, it's like you see Keith Lee looking at that arm. He wants that arm. He's reaching for it. It's just that little bit too far away.
What Keith needs to do is to suck him away from the fence. He doesn't want to waste a lot of energy here trying to get the takedown against Stots.
The biggest part, in my opinion, for right now, Keith Lee, is that exit. He wanted to land something really solid on the exit.
That inside leg kick again, going back to, you see Keith Lee just switch stances.
Hands up.
That jab. That's why range again.
Hands up. Breathe.
You got 2 minutes to work.
Josh, when we do our fighter meetings, Big John has a habit of asking the guys, how's your weight? You know, because it's the day before. The weight cut, Keith Lee wouldn't give an answer, but he did say, lighter than you are, Big John.
He did. Well, that
Let's go, bro.
Which was very true.
It was lighter for me when I was in the 5th grade.
You interrupted. Good, 1-3 same.
It was a good answer.
But John, Keith's having somewhat of the same problem he had in his last fight. Even though he dominated the fight, he was having a hard time checking the kicks. And I said that, and he got on me in the fighter meetings about it.
But you were right.
A little bit of the same problem in this
You can tell that he's taking damage to, especially that left leg, which now he has to the rear. He's taking damage to it, and it's affecting him in his movement.
But he's dangerous still. He's dangerous.
Yep, play with the hands up.
So he got on you a little bit, Josh. He said that Big John is much larger. He was nice to me.
But there was that 1-3 head kick that his corner told him to do between rounds 2 and 3.
Let's go, Super Stots. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Super Stots getting some motivation from his corner. Under a minute on the clock here in this bantamweight battle.
Man, I am so impressed with the bantamweight division now in Bellator. It is stacked with a bunch of studs, guys that can fight anybody. You don't have to worry about who you put these guys against. They have the ability on the given night to beat anybody. Nice
Timing
by
on the takedown.
Stots.
It was the timing that got that takedown and made it look easy.
Great job by Keith to get back to his feet.
Let's get that takedown.
Try to grab you all out.
Keep going, keep doing it. Go again.
The Spaniard owns the belt at 135.
That knee through if you can.
Juan Archuleta.
Yep, to the back.
Got nothing.
Lock your hands.
It's on the neck.
Yep.
There it is.
Got nothing.
Grab the hands.
15.
15 seconds. Top. Peek out, peek
Nice
out.
sit through by Keith Lee to get himself out.
Nice knee on that exchange.
Go. Hey. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Fun fight, just as you thought it would be, John and Josh.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your 3 judges at cage side. All 3, Michael Bell, Brian Miner, Doug Crosby, seat exactly the same, 30-27. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Raufeon Stots.
That vibe is riding high. High tide raises all ships. The Stots ship wins by unanimous decision.